Back on the News 18 Pulse survey. India says Justin Trudeau is talking about Khalitani extremists because of vote bank politics. 81% agree with this point of view, that he is doing it purely for vote bank politics. 6% disagree, and about 13% have no opinion to offer. We'll also take the next question. Question number 7. The next question is part of the 8-question survey. Do you support the Modi government's handling of the Canada problem? 81% of the respondents support the Modi government on the handling of the Canada problem. 9% believe no, we don't support. And then there is, of course, a 10% which does not have an opinion to offer because they are overall not very, they don't have a strong opinion about it. Let's go back to our guests and understand from Vivek Wadhwa. Vivek Wadhwa, are you okay with the way the government has handled
I think that I would be part of that 9% because I think that the Modi government has been too timid about it. They should highlight the fact that America has been killing terrorists all across the world without impunity. They're supporting Israel in doing it. Here we know that these people have supported people who bombed an airline and killed hundreds of people. All right. Why is India being embarrassed about standing up and speaking up and labeling Canada a global sponsor of terrorism? India should be a lot more aggressive. That one interview that the Indian ambassador did recently got worldwide coverage and it helped public opinion. That was the first time I've seen the Indian government doing something like that, of playing the PR game that Trudeau is playing. Trudeau is playing a PR game. He gave the Washington Post all this information before they even disclosed it to the Indian government. That's because he was trying to get the attention of Washington, D.C. India needs to do more of this. It needs to just express its opinion and not act as timidly or as embarrassed. The fact is that we're dealing with terrorists. The fact is that we're dealing with gangsters and elements that we don't want in any country. India should just say that as clearly as could be and not be embarrassed, not be on the defensive and playing the game the way it's being played right now. So I'm in that 9%.
You're with the 9% saying that the Indian government is perhaps too timid, and they are tending to respond to Canada in the diplomatic escalation ladder rather than go 3 steps up and then knock Canada back down.
Exactly. No one believes Justin Trudeau here. I mean, he has zero credibility even in Canada, even amongst his supporters. I was just there last week, and the fact is that he has almost no support. People can see through the games he's playing. This is all politics right now.
Terry?
I would just say that it's a little bit much, with great respect, to say that Canada is supporting the terrorists who blew up Air India. Canada spent 20 years and many hundreds of millions of dollars to prosecute them. One of them did go to jail for most of his life, most of the last 30 years, in fact. The bomb maker did. And the other 2, unfortunately, were acquitted. I have a lot of criticisms about that court process. I just wanted to mention that we did not support those terrorists as a country.
But you are supporting those terrorists. Terry, you can sugarcoat it as much as you want to. Canada is supporting terrorists. It's as clear as could be. Imagine if Osama bin Laden was hanging out in Canada. How the America would have reacted to it. We wouldn't have been nice about it. We would have gone and knocked him off without hesitation. This is what the situation in Canada is right now.
So we should have gone and assassinated the Air India bombers, is that it?
Well, not assassinated them, called out the Canadian government repeatedly in every international forum for harboring the terrorists and not doing anything about it. I think we should let Burma speak on it. I've seen his tweets on it, and he has been highlighting the irony, the cynicism, the dishonesty of the Canadian government.
Not just the dishonesty of the Canadian government, but the Americans too. They are the ones who provided this intel to Justin Trudeau to act on it. He went and said federal agencies have given this, and he went and blurted it out in the British in the Canadian Parliament. Brahmachalani?
And in America, by the way, in America, Indian Americans are also seeing very clearly that the Biden administration is blindly supporting Trudeau, and Biden is losing a lot of support amongst Indian Americans for doing this. So there's another dynamic at play over here, that even here we can see very clearly that they're sucking up to the Canadian government. It's left wing to left wing. And this is pushing a lot of people to the right. This is why Trump may well get elected, because people are fed up of this extreme left-wing politics. in both countries.
Well, it was
Prof-
a conservative
Can I speak on that?
Canadian Prime Minister.
This
It was
is-
a conservative Canadian Prime Minister who went after Manmohan Singh and told him that no, we have freedom of speech in Canada, and we're not supporting terrorists by letting them have freedom of peaceful speech.
Yeah, but the
Freedom
irony
of
is,
speech doesn't include terror threats. I mean, this is happening in the United States also. And freedom of speech has its limits. That in Canada, if you started now saying death to Trudeau, you'd be picked up by the RCMP pretty fast.
And I've been arguing your side of this question for years.
all right, gentlemen, I'm just going to bring in Brahmachalani and then Dean, both